Good morning, good people. Yeah, you know what it is. Hard worker, scrappy, unfiltered, and sometimes unhinged football content. Hard to explain, but you know it when you see it. Doing it daily our way. I don't know what you're talking about right now. Redraft and Dynasty Fantasy Football, we got you covered. You know their defense is ranked like 31st in the NFL? NFL draft prospects and rookies? Now you know you in the right place for that.
Absolutely.
All right, then stop saying it. Then we're done. And prop bets with my man Jay Rich.
Count that money, man.
Now wipe the crust out of your eyes, get you a cup of coffee. It's time to wake your ass up with Ray G. You honestly are making absolutely no sense and you sound silly as hell. Good morning, good people. It is Wednesday, June the 1st, 2022, June 1, baby. We in the building. We made it. May was a long month. June is here. Your children are out of school. The household is just buck wild. It's wild over here at GQ headquarters. I got both boys at home with me for the week. Wife went out of town. Grandmother's 82nd birthday. Happy birthday, Grandma. So if we get little kids popping in on the stream, that's just the cost of doing the business, baby. You know, it's going to be all right. But I'm happy to be here. Feels like we haven't been here in a while, man. Hope you all enjoyed your Memorial Day. Shout out to all the family members and friends and spouses and cousins and whatever of service members who lost their lives in the military. Just want to say happy belated Memorial Day to you. And happy Wednesday to us. Views from the 101, something that we have not done yet on this show is do like a Dynasty startup mock draft. Talk about decisions we would make, where we need to go out of certain slots. And I know it's different, right? We can't trade picks, can't do stuff like that. But it's still another exercise that I think will be a little bit more useful than diving into rookie content again because we don't want to hear that anymore. So glad you are here. We got Ty in the building, Ball is Life, Dynasty Barry, Marlon in the building, Fizzle Dollars, Nick, Loud Mick, Carlo, Chris Spellman. What's going on, Lindsey Mack? Good morning to you. I saw my man Mike McNutted in the building. Yo, shout out to the whole Destination Devy squad. I'm telling y'all, if y'all aren't tapped in, subscribe to the podcast. Wake Up's got its own feed. Destination Devy has its own feed. Eugene and Ike with Off the Line putting out dope content. Mike and Adam, you guys have been asking where the trade show is. Mike and Adam, the 4D Dynasty Chess guys, they got the trade show under their belt now, so make sure you tap into what they're doing on the channel and their YouTube channel. Make sure you check out the whole squad. And then we got a data guy. We got a spreadsheet and numbers nerd joining the lineup here in the next couple of weeks. Jordan Backus, who does everything inside the database. Just dope. Patreon.com/all gas. Tap into that. I'm just rambling. Where's my co-host? Where's Jay Rich at? Jay, what's up, baby? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you? Good. Glad to be back on a Wednesday. It feels weird, because you told me, oh, we're not going to do the show on Monday because Memorial Day. I was like, oh, yeah. Because we don't celebrate Memorial Day here. We do different things around here. But happy Memorial Day to everybody. Hope they had a good time. I enjoyed myself. I was just chilling at home, right? Watching some baseball mostly because Memorial Day is a big day for baseball. But there was some news that broke yesterday, right? I don't know if you've been watching what's been going on. But the funniest thing actually over the weekend was, did you see David Njoku's contract that he got? 4 years, $56 million. And he's the fourth highest paid tight end in football right now. And while it's really only a 2-year deal, it's pretty crazy to see, a guy who literally, Ray, if you look up his stats, they rival O.J. Howard's. And we know how productive O.J. Howard has been in his career for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that was kind of weird. I don't really know what the Browns are doing. And while I like Njoku, it's just you don't really see this kind of thing happen where a player who wasn't really productive gets this seemingly massive contract, especially compared to his peers. And all of a sudden, now is going to be the guy when never really showed the ability to be the guy. I don't know. It's definitely very odd. But the biggest news overall was yesterday, Steelers OTAs, Najee Harris weighing in at 244 pounds of what looked like just pure muscle. Like I didn't see any other weight gain period other than in those quads. Like that is literally it. Ray, what do we do with Najee? Is he now too heavy for the NFL? Everything in running backs is always slim down, get more agile, get faster. Najee's like, nah, I'm breaking the mold. And I don't know if you knew this, he weighed in at 230 at the combine. So 14 pounds up since his combine weight now, going to OTAs this year.
So So on the meter of things I care about, that one is probably dead last. Like it's the meter is all the way. Like it hasn't even read. I don't care. And apparently he played around 240 during his rookie season. Apparently that was his playing weight. Like what are we're at this stage of the process where nothing is going on. Literally nothing. NBA Finals starts tomorrow. It's baseball. It's NBA Finals. It's WNBA. It's NHL playoffs are almost are winding up, right? Like there's nothing going on. So we've got to just find shit to talk about. I watched the clip from Najee in OTA practices. If that's 244, I want that. That dude looked like the real life version of the Predator. He looked terrifying. Like I would not want to have to deal with that in the open field. So no, that is not news. It's not.
Well, the side-by-side pictures, though, you're like, damn, like that to me was the most shocking part. Is it news? Not really, but he looks
I hope he doesn't
big.
get hit with PEDs, man. He looks rocked up. He looks rocked up. Like, but as far as like, I'm seeing people talking about Eddie Lacy and all of this weird shit. Like, stop, man. Spare me that.
Yeah.
Like, no, it is non-news in my opinion. And as far as Njoku, listen, he hasn't been productive up to this point in his career, but you don't find athletic guys at that position just out of nowhere, right? Like you just don't find those guys. So wheels up Njoku. I'm happy for him. I played the roulette table in some leagues over the summer, right after the season, excuse me. And drafted Njoku to be like tight end 2 in some tight end premium leagues. And that came to fruition. It looks like it's going to come to fruition. At least the opportunity is going to come to fruition for David Njoku. So I'm happy about that. Jay, we also we also see old Christian Watson. You see that old Christian Watson news? What do you think about old Watson not being able to catch that football? And then the parallels to Jamar Chase, which is. I think that's.
I don't know about that
one. I think
one.
that's a little bit of a stretch to go that far. But what are you thinking about? And Robert, I just saw buying Njoku for the low everywhere. Shit, if you can still get him for the low, do that, man.
Yeah, exactly.
If you can still do that, make that happen, bro. But what do you think about Christian Watson being compared to Jamar Chase because he can't catch a damn football right now?
I mean, the comparison is asinine, but the fact that he can't catch passes in practice, I don't really care. It's not a big deal overall. I think the bigger story is the comparison to Romeo Doubs, right? Everyone's talking about how Romeo Doubs looks better against air than Christian Watson looks against air. And people need to remember that Jordan Love is the one throwing the footballs here. Yes. Like Aaron Rodgers ain't there. So all those passes that he's dropping don't matter yet, right? It's when Aaron Rodgers comes back for mandatory minicamp, whenever the hell he comes back, maybe he won't come back till July, and Christian Watson's dropping those passes, that's when we have a problem, right? But until then, let Christian Watson get his drops out of the way, get those reps with Jordan Love, whoever's throwing the damn football in Green Bay. I'm not concerned about it, but I am slightly concerned with what happens between him and Romeo Doubs because people need to remember Jamon Moore, Equinemius St. Brown, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and I believe Allen Lazard were all in the same draft class, except Allen Lazard wasn't drafted. The guy who came out of that 3-pack was Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He was the last one drafted in the 7th round. So again, same type of situation. The Packers drafting multiple wide receivers. The top guys, who knows? I think Christian Watson will still be good, but it may be Romeo Doubs who gets the early playing time, gets the trust of Rodgers. But like you've said, and a lot of people still say, he still can't separate off the line. And so that's what's going to be his undoing when the drills actually matter and they actually count. And then as well, I want to mention that Deontay Johnson did report to OTAs, but he said he won't talk to the media until next week. I don't know why, but that's just what he said. And then Kenneth Walker apparently running with the ones, even though Rachaad Penny is back, which is interesting. Ray, do you care about that? Because that might matter a little bit. I don't know. What do you think?
He's better than Rachaad Penny, so I think he should be the starter. And I think it's going to be, regardless if Penny gets the ceremonial carries as the one out the gate during the season, I think it's only a matter of time before Kenneth Walker usurps Rachaad Penny. Funny thing, did you see the draft video of Kenneth Walker not answering his phone when Seattle was trying to draft him? And then when he finally answers, he's like, "Hello, this Ken."
Hello.
And then he was like, "Hey Ken, we're this is such and such from the Seattle Seahawks." And he's like, "Yep." Like he was just like, that's how he was, like how he wasn't like, oh, hey, he's just like, yup. And I was like, oh shit. But yeah, I mean, news, he's going to be the one at some point, right? He's going to be the starting running back for Seattle. So not surprising there. Aaron Donald, if I was a big dude, like if I had more girth to me, I would want to look like Aaron Donald. Like he is just built.
Really?
The dude is just, you look at him, man. That looks like a dude you just don't want to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like he is a very well put together defensive tackle, much different than Akeem Hicks, right? But Aaron Donald apparently says that if he doesn't get the bag, he has no problem walking away from the game. I mean, part of me is like, what more does he have to prove? He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's a Super Bowl champion, defensive player of the year multiple times, one of the greatest defensive players in NFL history. Nothing else to prove, in my opinion. But I do think that the Rams give him a bag. He comes back, maybe like a 2 or 3 year deal where he's highest paid defensive player. They run it back. But it's just interesting to see Aaron Donald saying, I could step away from this game and be okay. He's just incredible. I mean, like I said, first ballot Hall of Famer, locked and loaded. The Patriots, your Pats, their wide receiver course taking shape in old OTAs. Tell us what that starting lineup is.
We're looking at Devontae Parker to man the X. We got Kendrick Bourne as the Z and Jakobi Meyers as the slot receiver. So we are tooling up for the 2022 season, looking like Nelson Aguilar, the highly touted free agent from last season who got a significant bag compared to other guys, will be the fourth receiver. And, Patriots fans have been catching some heat on Twitter, Ray. I don't know if you've seen this, but a lot of people flaming the Pats, and Pats fans are coming back, or they're calling people names. We're pulling receipts. We'll see, man. I mean, we talked about it. Mac he's going to have to do a lot with very little, but maybe Devontae Parker can be that guy that just gets them to good enough. I don't know, man. We'll see. And then I don't know if you saw that Chris Olave was compared to Marvin Harrison by Jeff Ireland, the Saints personnel member. I believe he was the OC at one point. I don't know what he's doing now. He might still be the OC. But he said when he scouted him, he's like, yeah, this guy reminds me of Marvin Harrison. I think it's maybe it's just because he's really skinny,
Saints got bigger issues, man. MT's ankle ain't right, and they said Jameis Winston moving with a noticeable limp from that surgically repaired knee. Not good. I'll say that's just not ideal, right? That's just not an ideal situation that's not the report we want to see. We want to see Jameis Winston moving fluidly, right? Jameis Winston, no limp. They're saying he's moving around with a noticeable limp. I did a show with Josh Larkey last night. We talked about the Saints over-under win total this upcoming season. I think the books have it right at 8, Jay. And if Jameis Winston is not right, they aren't winning 8 games if they have to roll out.
Really? Do you think so?
With Simeon or Book or whomever is the backup, they're not winning 8 games.
But they won more games than that last year, didn't they? And their team was significantly worse.
They ain't winning 8 this year. With a hobbled MT, a young rookie wide receiver, and Winston ain't healthy, they ain't winning 8. So hopefully he's good, man. I want to see Jameis Winston on the field. I want to see those YOLO balls. I hear you. Just because so does every year a team win certain games, they just automatically win that the next season? You know what I'm saying? Jay, you and Patrick?
But it's like it's a flawed argument because your point is it is flawed. They didn't have Jameis last year. He tore his ACL. They didn't have Michael Thomas. They didn't have Chris Olave. They didn't have Jarvis Landry. Like, these are all guys that, in theory, should make the offense better, which was the main issue for the team last year. So that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, you can say they probably won't win 8 games, but they won 8 games last year, and their team was god-awful on offense. It should be better.
I think put money on it. If Jameis Winston's not there, they won't. I looked at the schedule. They're not going to win 8 games. If J-Mo's not there, they won't win 8 games. I'll put money on that.
I mean, he's going to be there. It's just, is he good enough? I think is the real question. I don't think we're not expecting him to miss time because of a limp. Like, he's still going to play quarterback. It's just how effective is he overall? I think he's going to be playing either way.
Okay. This conversation went longer than I thought. So let's what else did we have? Was that all the news? I think we covered everything, right?
And then Judy's charges were dropped. That was the other.
Judy's charges were dropped, and Deshaun Watson picked up another charge, another allegation.
He caught another case.
He caught another case. Deshaun Watson, 23, and the NFL said what? NFL said that they were supposed to know something this week. next week with Deshaun Watson suspension.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty soon. Yeah,
We're gonna know
they're at
something.
least discussing it right now.
And the books don't have any win totals for the Browns right now.
No,
Nothing, because they gotta wait, right? They gotta wait and see.
they gotta protect that money, man.
Gotta protect that money. All right, so let's do this, man. Let's do it. Views from the 101. We are going to do a Dynasty Superflex mock draft. This is fun. I always like doing mock drafts, man. Jay, I'm gonna slide us over here. All right, man. We'll minimize a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. So we're gonna do a Dynasty Superflex mock draft. All players. Snake, basic. You have to pay for advanced. That's not in the budget. So we're going to go basic. We're not going to upgrade. 1 quarterback in the starting roster position, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 super flex. We got a flex in there. No kicker, no defense, and 14 bench spots. We are going to draft out of the 101.
You're going to draft 14 bench spots, or you want to just do like 3 or 4 bench spots?
You want more bench spots?
No, like 3 or 4.
Is
like
that
just
too many?
Draft like a starting roster. Well, you got like what, 11 guys there?
We're gonna
at
do
least?
10. We got to do like trust me. Man.
Okay.
I've ran through the show without you yesterday. We'll have time. Let's do it. Let's do it. 101. How do you start this thing? QB values. Oh, that's all locked up. Yeah, we don't have pro. Can't pick clock. None. Yeah, we don't have. We're not going pro here. We're going free. Freebie. All right, Jay. 101. Dynasty Superflex Startup Mock Draft. Where would you go? Quarterback, or would you take Jonathan Taylor, or would you take a receiver? Let's just real quick, because for me,
Josh Allen.
Okay, so we're in
QB1.
We're in agreement that Josh Allen is the pick here, right?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. And I agree. Like, I think Josh Allen is should be the number 1 pick. I take him over Mahomes. I take him over Herbert. Let's do it. Josh Allen. Let's kick this bad boy off.
Superflex, there's no case, right? There's just no case.
You could take
JT,
else, right? Really. You could take JT, couldn't you?
No. I think with the drop off at running back this year, I'd rather just take the older guys out of value than draft JT high, right? Even though JT's got that crazy ceiling, I still think it's not worth it. So Breece Hall is there?
Let me ask you this. Let me just ask a question. Does Josh Allen doesn't make you like a win, like you could win now, you could do a productive struggle, you could do kind of whatever you want with Josh Allen, right? All right. So we're up now. Let's just take a look at the quarterbacks that are there. You know, we like to, we got back-to-back picks, Jay. We got to, within the first 3 rounds, we got to get 2 quarterbacks, right? Running backs, we're looking at Breece, Kamara, Dalvin, Nick Chubb at the running back position. Anybody after that? Henry, Akers, Gibson, Barkley. We're not going to go that route. Wide receivers, let's see the best ones on the board. Tyreek, we could stack them up. Maybe a little early, right? Jalen Waddle there, and then tight end. Let's just take a look, take a gander. There we go. So I know for me, Jay, the way that I like to super flex, I like to walk out of the first 3 rounds with my quarterback position solidified, right? That's just me. Where would you go?
That's tough because part of me really wants to take Jalen Hurts. Like, if I look at Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Trey Lance, part of me is like, if you gamble here and hit on Jalen Hurts, you are probably in really good shape because Jalen Hurts is what, 24 years old? I like Dak though. I could be convinced of Dak. Would you ever take Trey Lance as your QB2 even here?
Not over Dak Prescott. No, I would not. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't think
I like Dak. I like Dak. I feel like I've been drafting Dak every year for the past 3 years. And I'm like, when am I going to quit it on Dak Prescott?
Yeah. Fizzle Dollar said, I saw the mock you did with you two definitely love back-to-back QBs. Well, we got 3 picks. So if you miss on Hurts, you'll be hurting. That's the issue, right, with him.
Yeah.
I think Dak is the pick. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, we could take Dak and then go from there. It's the pick I'd make most of the time anyways. So.
All right. So we're back up, and the same players are on the board. Now here's the part in the startup process where you could just go 3 quarterbacks, right? If these guys were on the board, if you started off Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, and right here, I wouldn't it really didn't matter, right? A world in which you asked me, would you take Trey Lance over Dak? in this situation, it didn't matter because we had back-to-back picks, right? Like,
Yeah.
would you take Trey Lance here, or would you go Breece Hall or T. Higgins? Like, what would you do? Like, what would you do if this was your team?
I mean, chances are I'd probably go quarterback again. And the main reason why is you look at those running backs, right? In a lot of drafts, especially in like some of these Superflex drafts, you'll see QBs go a little bit earlier, and it pushes these running backs down, whether it's a Nick Chubb, an Alvin Kamara, even a Dalvin Cook. You can get in the 4th, sometimes even 5th round. And I think the way that I'm seeing startup shakeout right now, you could maybe go wide receiver here. I don't hate T. Higgins, but I think if you wanted to really shoot for that ceiling of a Trey Lance or a Jalen Hurts, then it gives you the affordability to trade a Dak Prescott, right?
Yeah.
Like, and still trade him for a haul. You don't have to trade him for like pennies on the dollar. And having 3 QBs in Superflex isn't a problem because their injuries do happen. And while I don't think it's the best way to win, you're probably still maximizing your value overall. I get wanting to take Breece here. I think it's a fine pick. I think it's a value, especially when you see the other guys on the board. But I don't think I'd go wide receiver or tight end. I think it's probably between Breece Hall and another quarterback for me, right? Where are you at?
I mean, for me, I would take another quarterback. Like, and have 3 of those guys. And everybody in the comments, I can't fucking control what the mock draft simulator gives us. We're just doing the exercise. There's no way this happens. And then you do a dynasty startup, and there's Dak Prescott at the 211 for you, right? Like,
Yeah.
It happens. Like, shit happens. I would probably take the quarterback. If this were my team, and I don't play in leagues, $25 leagues, $50 leagues. Like, I don't want to spend time doing that. Like, I want $100 plus leagues in order for me to even consider joining. I would love to. I would like to just load up at quarterback at Superflex, and it's not just like reaching for T-Law or Matt Stafford or Justin Fields. But if Trey Lance is there for me at 3-1 and I have those 3 quarterbacks, that gives me so much flexibility, Jay. Like, I could trade one of them. I could, and here's JB. Like, y'all, everybody in here saying that, like, in back his play, like, I just got Dak at the 3-3 in a league. It 100% happens. Like, that's why we do the goddamn exercise. Jay, I'm gonna let you make the call. I would take Trey Lance here. I wouldn't be mad at Breece Hall at all, but I would take Trey Lance here. If this were my team and I'm at the 3-1, I would take Trey Lance. And Mike just said it. If they give you the QB horde, you QB horde. Like, and you're not.
And I am with that for sure, because these aren't low value quarterbacks. Like, Jalen Hurts will be a QB1 again, and Trey Lance he could be a QB1, but I think his value, unless he really stinks, will stay very high. Which one would you take between? I think I'm between Lance and Hurts. Which one would you take? Which one do you think has this? I think they both got similar ceilings, from a fantasy points perspective.
They do. I think they both have similar. I just think Trey Lance has longer leash. Like, if Jalen Hurts doesn't perform this year, he's not going to be Philadelphia's quarterback going into next year. I would take Trey Lance. I feel just a little safer in Trey Lance, even though I've seen more. And
as your QB3,
yeah,
man,
all right,
like,
we're doing it.
It's crazy.
We're doing it.
Trey Lance.
We're doing it. All right, Trey Lance, sign us up now. The good thing is, Jay, we don't have to worry about quarterback anymore. Like, we're done. Like, we could, if we're there in the 15th round and there's a random quarterback there, we can go that direction, right? Shit, Jalen Hurts is still there. All right. Now what are we doing? Whoo! All right, Jay Rich.
Yeah.
The pressure's on you.
Oh, you're making me make a pick here?
You're making the pick. Do we go Ken Walker, Travis Etienne, David Montgomery? No Aaron Jones, no Josh Jacobs, no thanks. London, Pittman, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, Mike Evans, Treylon Burks, or do you want a tight end?
Ooh, tight end. No, thank you.
Yeah, no thanks either.
Oh, man, I'm looking at Etienne and I'm saying, how bad is it to take him as my RB1? Or should I wait further, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, again, I think the pick is the better pick to solidify some production is Aaron Jones. I just don't want to take him here, right?
No,
but
we're not taking.
You see in this draft the way the board is falling, right? We would probably have to take Aaron Jones in this turn, right? He's not coming back.
We're not taking Aaron Jones. We're not, like, that's not even in consideration.
Okay, but who are you looking at though? Because wide receiver, I want nobody. Like, I don't want a rookie here. It's just, I don't want them. You could take Pittman, okay, whatever. You could take London if you want to go after them. But I don't think it makes sense to go receiver here. I don't want Walker. I don't want Montgomery. There's not a lot of guys I want here. I think the way the board fell, taking 2 quarterbacks was really dumb because we would have taken Jalen Hurts here, like 100%.
100%.
We just didn't know he'd fall here. So if we had
100%.
Breece Hall instead of Trey Lance and come back with Jalen Hurts, our team would look a lot better.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Sure.
This is what we did. I still feel good with these 3 quarterbacks. I'm not taking damn Aaron Jones right here. That's for sure. It would have to be, in my opinion, Etienne or one of the receivers, man. Or
would you take London this high though?
At this point, if this were me, I would spite take Jalen Hurts. Like I would spite take him. Like I would just commit to it and just like spite take him. Like I know, make a choice. I feel you, Fizzle. Goddamn, man, I feel you. All right, Jay, make the pick. I'm telling you, I'm not even playing. I'm not even being funny. Like if this were my team, and I see that this team only has 1 quarterback, this team only has Justin Fields, only Patrick Mahomes, only Deshaun Watson. This team doesn't even have a quarterback. Like, screw what the mock is doing, right? Fuck, don't pay attention to what's happening on the mock. But if your league mates have done something like this and they don't have these quarterbacks, like this team's going to be in a world of hurt. I pities the fool without a quarterback in Superflex. And some people get cute and pull that shit, right? But
they try to wait.
Go. Who do you want?
I want Etienne.
All right, Etienne is the pick. Etienne is the pick. There we go. We got Travis Etienne as our RB1. And I'm going to make the executive decision, and I'm going to go Drake London. Executive decision, Drake London is who I took at the 501. So, Allen, Prescott, Lance, Travis Etienne, Drake London, and we see a slew of wide receivers just run off of the board, right? Like just all off of the board. Quarterback, Hurts is still there. Running backs, Fournette, Elijah Mitchell, James Conner, Miles Sanders. Wide receivers, you could just lean into the young guys and go Garrett Wilson, double tap that. And we're going to take Jalen Hurts just because we're going to do it.
Yeah, we're taking Jalen Hurts.
All right, 100%. We're doing that now.
You're never getting Jalen Hurts here. You have to take him.
No, we got to do it, right? Let's just do it for the sake of the exercise. Boom. Now, if this were a real Dynasty League, stranglehold on Konami Code quarterback.
Literally.
Not really Konami Code, but we'll run a little bit, right? Some touchdown upside with Dak and Konami Code quarterback with Josh Allen. Like, those are the quarterbacks I want. I want those guys. I want the ones that can give me production with their arms and their legs. All right, so we're good at quarterback. Where are you going, Jay?
Darnell Mooney.
Mooney over Garrett Wilson?
Yep. Do you think that's crazy?
I don't know. I don't think it's crazy. I don't know. Nick.
Is there tight ends there?
If Nick hit the nail on the head, I'd sell Dak immediately. If this were real.
Oh yeah, he'd be on the block right away.
Yeah, Dak would already be on the block. You Mooney over Garrett Wilson, huh? Okay.
I think there's a pretty good case for it. I mean, I don't know what people expect of Garrett Wilson, but I think that Darnell Mooney will outproduce him pretty easily. And I think when that happens, you'll see them flip in value, right? Like if Garrett Wilson only has 800 yards, I don't think we're going to project him to be a top 24 wide receiver next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where Mooney's in like the 30s and he could easily bump up still. There's still room for him to grow. I think Mooney's the pick. I don't know if there's anybody else. Yeah.
Everybody.
Unless you want to go running back.
Patrick putting fire to ass. So you would trade the 106.
100%. Not even close. 100%. If the 106 is getting me Garrett Wilson 100% I would. 100%.
All right. Let's do it. You and Patrick talked me into it. Darnell Mooney. All right. Sign it up. Let's go. Got Darnell Mooney. Amon-Ra comes off the board. I saw Garrett Wilson gone. All right, now it's gonna be money making time. How you build your rosters? You could nail the first couple of rounds. Now is where you make the money, right? So running back just looks terrible, like just bad. James Conner is in play right here. He's got the deal. So James Conner's in play. James
Conner there
in the back of the 8th round.
I don't hate it. AJ Dillon's already gone, right?
I don't hate it either. You got got some of the some of the rookie wideouts on the board. J-Mo, Skyy Moore, Brandon Cooks here. Jahan Dotson apparently tearing it up at practice. Christian Kirk made a nice out route the other day and caught a poorly thrown Trevor Lawrence ball. I know it was the coach, but the narrative is better than the truth. So we're going to say it was Trevor Lawrence who threw that bad pass. We're not even worried about quarterback. Where you want to go, Jay? You want to dive into tight end at all? Dalton Schultz is still there in the 8th? In the 8th?
Stack?
That's what I mean. The Dalton Schultz, Dak Prescott in the 8th, or James Conner?
I mean, we're trading Dak, so I don't know if we really want the stack.
I think James Conner's the pick, man. I
like James Conner a lot, so that's definitely one pick. So let's lock in James Conner. I think that's a great pick. RB2, great spot for him. But the next pick, Ray, and I want to ask your philosophy on this, because I think that when you take rookies in a rookie draft, I value them slightly differently than in a startup draft. And so my question to you is, in this draft, would you take J-Mo over Skyy Moore simply because of the talent? Or would you potentially take Skyy Moore here because you probably want the production? You probably want, you can take Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is just sitting there waiting for someone to scoop him up. And again, but with the team, you probably want the production. Like, would you rather have Brandon Cooks as your wide receiver 3, Skyy Moore, a guy who was a highly drafted pick, but not a first round pick, but probably has a better shot to produce, or J-Mo, who we're betting on the talent, betting on, him being that ceiling guy that we drafted at 105, 106 in rookie drafts, but it's a different environment in a startup draft, right? You have a team and you're constructing, and there's all these things that go into it. Stone says Cooks is the pick. I don't hate it, but where would you go, and kind of tell me your thought process through this point?
It's an interesting dichotomy, man, because I think there's no doubt Brandon Cooks outproduces both of those guys, maybe combined, right? Because J-Mo may not play. But with this sort of young core roster, like the oldest guy that we have is Dak, and then, James Conner, like I wouldn't be opposed to J-Mo right here of just taking what he could be in the future, knowing that we can find some other depth wide receiver pieces to build around. Like, to get a talent like that here at 901, I'm not opposed to it at all. Jay, God, where are we going?
I don't think I could take Cooks, but for me, it's more between J-Mo and Skyy Moore, and I think part of me wants to take Skyy Moore because of the offense, because of all these various things, versus J-Mo, because I think he's got a better shot to get on the field and produce at a higher level, returning that value for me that I will need at the wide receiver position, right? I don't have a ton of highly touted guys. I got London, who he thinks will get a lot of targets, Mooney, who should get a lot of targets and produce. Outside of that, though, we don't really know. And I think whether we take J-Mo or Skyy, I'd probably take Skyy. I think I'd rather have Skyy here with this team build, personally.
All right, Skyy Moore's the pick. And Brandon Cooks came off the board immediately after Skyy Moore. Skyy Moore. Brandon Cooks came off the board. Looking at how the board fell, would you rather have had Brandon Cooks and Jahan Dotson or Skyy Moore and Jahan Dotson?
I think I'd still rather have Skyy Moore and Jahan Dotson.
All right.
Because you're betting on those first round talents to hit, right? Is there any tight ends there?
No, Schultz came off the board later that round. So Schultz is gone. Best tight ends available. We can still stack right here. We can get Dawson Knox with Josh Allen, and I don't feel like it's a reach. I don't hate that at all. I don't feel like it's a reach. So let's go Dawson Knox. Let's grab Dawson Knox. Get our tight end one in the building. There's a bunch of quarterbacks left that I don't want. We don't need a quarterback. We got to get a running back, Jay. We got to go back to the running back well. I'm looking at our team.
How do you feel about Rachaad White there?
Man, I don't feel good about any of those guys, really.
You're taking a shot on here.
Huh?
You want to go to the rookie wide receiver well? You want to go, who's that, Pickens and Dotson? Are the two guys there?
Man, I have Dotson ranked ahead of Rachaad White in my rankings. I would take him over Rachaad White. Would you?
Yeah. I think it's tough, right? Because at some point we have to get a running back, right? And so it's, when are we going to get that guy?
We just punted running back. We're going to trade one of the quarterbacks and we'll get a running back. We just said screw him, right? Now a bunch of the other quarterbacks came off of the board and we're sitting here now.
Did he not go?
Who?
Rachaad White.
It does not look like it. So you want to take him here, right?
I think you have to.
All right,
Just
boom.
in the upside, if Leonard Fournette gets hurt, like I think you have to take him at that
And
point.
what draft grade is Fantasy Pros gonna give us? A B?
Oh, D minus,
D
D
minus?
minus, man.
All
All those
right.
quarterbacks, there's no way.
Well, their rankings are this is what happens when you get the free stuff, right? You get the shit ADP. All right, where are we at now? Rapid fire, 1301. What's our team look like? Where's our roster at? Allen, Etienne, James Conner, Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Skyy Moore, Dawson Knox, Jahan Dotson, Dak Prescott, Trey Lance, Jalen Hurts, Rachaad White. All right. Jay, tight ends, Gesicki, Fant, Njoku down there. We don't have to reach for him. Got some quarterbacks there. Like, if this was a real startup, I probably would take a quarterback. But Ronald Jones, Kansas City. Can I interest you in some Brian Robinson
I'm
potentially?
intrigued, right? I'm intrigued by Ronald Jones here. Like, again, a guy who should get first crack at an opportunity over
Jakobi, the starting slot in New England.
What's Jakobi going to get? 700 yards and one touchdown this season?
I just took
him. God.
We took Jakobi Meyers. Executive decision.
See, Ronald Jones off the board.
An iron thumb or fist, whatever it is. Iron fist. All right, where are we at now, Jay?
How do you feel? Gesicki would be well. How do you feel about Fant? Could you be interested in Fant? What is this? The 14th round?
That offense is so bad, man. That offense is so bad. But it's not going to take
a lot. It's not going to take. I mean, no tight ends have gone in 4 rounds, and you're still betting on a first-round tight end. And he is talented. He's been surrounded by a lot of talent as well.
I'm not taking the tight end here, Jay. I think we could wait and
go
get
to the other
Njoku,
positions then.
Ertz. What'd you say?
What other positions? What do they got then? You see Dearness Johnson, Kenyon Drake,
Tyrion Davis Price. I don't like TDP here in the 14th. San Francisco.
You want to take TDP here? That's fine.
I like TDP or Fant. Who do you want? TDP or Fant?
Take TDP. Take TDP because there's TDP? Like you said, there's a lot of tight ends that'll be there till the very end.
Right,
we can go into the last round.
Let's take TDP here. Let's take TDP here, and let's see who comes back to us in the 16th and the 17th.
We're up.
Oh,
we're up right now.
Oh shit, my bad. All right.
Who else you want?
All right, now we can go to tight end.
What other running back dart throws?
No, we can go to the tight end.
I think we wait. You want to take Zamir White here, and kind of sit on him a little bit, or is it too early? Do you think for Zamir?
Nah, not with these tight ends on the board. We got to get one of these guys. You want Fant, Kmet, or Alberto? You want Drew Lock and Geno Smith, Justin Fields, or Russell Wilson?
That's tough, man. Do you think that Alberto can outproduce Fant?
I don't know.
Like just from a target, this is a very difficult because you still have 3 receivers. You got 2 running backs. Albert O is the primary tight end. They also brought in Greg Dulcich, right? Who probably won't do anything, but it's again they keep bringing in tight ends. That's not ideal for him. I really don't know what the answer is. I would probably bet on Fant because I still think there's a chance that Tyler Lockett gets traded. Right? There was a lot of rumors of him being traded. And if it's just DK and Fant, that's a good situation for Fant.
Let me just say this, man. I'm learning a ton from Josh Larkey, man. Like a ton. And the one thing that Larkey said his biggest failure in fantasy last year was betting on ancillary pieces in bad offenses. And I think I'm learning that, Jay. Like, If it were me, like, and I'm looking at these offensive situations, scoring opportunities, there's no doubt that I think Albert Okwuegbunam is the pick. Like, I would rather bet on that offense when all these guys are in the same range. Give me the guy catching passes from Russell Wilson opposed to, we just talked about all the targets Mooney's gonna get. I don't know about. I don't know Kmet. Like, I mean, maybe, right?
Fant, he should get targets, right? But we don't know.
Noah Fant, I have no confidence in Seattle whatsoever, man. Zero.
Yeah.
And Mike Gesicki, I want to bet on good offenses. Larky's been saying it. We are horrible at player evaluation predictions, but as a community, we're really good at predicting on which offenses as a whole are going to be good and bad. Yeah. So for me, I think that I want Albert O. I think I'd rather have Albert O than Cole Kmet. I'd take the chance on an offense that's going to be in tons of scoring opportunities with a Hall of Fame quarterback in his prime. I get that Kmet could get a bunch of targets, but I don't know.
Mhm.
I think I would rather have the better offense than Alberto.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. If that's your tiebreaker, I mean, I can't disagree with you, right? So take Alberto. I'm with it. I think it's a good spot.
I'm taking
Alberto and
Alberto.
Dawson Knox, two good tight ends on two good offenses, right? Is what we're stacking here, which is a good spot.
I'm taking Alberto. We took Alberto. I'm not taking fucking Cole Kmet.
Look at that tight end run. My
Yeah,
goodness.
we started it. We started the tight end run. Volume over situation matters sometimes. You're absolutely right. Just didn't matter today, Fizzle. Where you going, Jay? These two picks are yours.
Who do we got available?
We got Njoku
we got a
left.
wide receiver.
We could double tap tight end. You got Calvin Ridley, John Mechie, Wan'Dale Robinson, Alec Pierce. I don't mind shots on those guys here.
You'd have to take Ridley here, right? Like realistically, what do you have to lose taking, like, especially with this roster? You have Drake London, unproven receiver, Jahan Dotson, unproven receiver, Darnell Mooney, who should be good,
right,
Skyy Moore, who could be good. I think you have to, because he comes back and he's great.
You can talk me out of my pants quickly. I'm an easy sell. I just drafted him, Calvin Ridley. Doesn't take much.
All right, can I interest you in Wan'Dale Robinson?
Absolutely.
Have you seen the practice reports? Have you seen how he's looking on the offense?
Yes.
Is he too small, or is his newfound height encouraging to you?
It's probably too small, but I'm interested right here at 1701. Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah. I think it's worth a shot. Absolutely.
Look at that. My man Kendrick Bourne still on the board. John Mechie, your guy's still on the board. Look at that old Cam Newton comes off the board. Desmond Ridder.
We need some running back dart throws. Who do we got?
Yeah, dart throw running back. These last two picks. Kyron, Hassan Haskins. Yikes.
I think you got to take Pierre Strong. Like, Pierre Strong would be a great dart throw. He's probably not going to play this year, but next year he could play a lot.
Yeah, they don't even have a team by his name. How the hell does this happen? Come on, FP, Fantasy Pros. Fine, we'll take Pierre Strong. I don't care at this point. I don't care. And Brevin Jordan. I kind of like Kendrick Bourne here. It's my guy, man. Kendrick Bourne. Tyquan Thornton.
Starting Z for the New England Patriots this year.
Let's do it. Kendrick Bourne. Let's see what we get. Let's see what old Fantasy Pros gives us for this draft. Oh, shit. A D-, Jay.
I called it.
You did call it. So here's our team. Josh Allen, Travis Etienne, and James Conner. Well, our quarterbacks. Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, Trey Lance, Jalen Hurts. I would be happy in a Superflex. Running backs. Travis Etienne, James Conner, Rachaad White, TDP, Pierre Strong are our running backs. Our wide receivers, Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Skyy Moore, Jahan Dotson, Jakobi Meyers, Calvin Ridley, Wan'Dale Robinson, Kendrick. I like this team. Tight ends, Dawson, Knox, Albert O. Were those the only two tight ends we took? Yeah, those are the only two tight ends we took. Jay, I like this team. Who are these experts? Who are these experts at Fantasy Pros?
This team just needs you to trade that top quarterback for a running back, and it's looking pretty damn good. Because then you can figure it out at wide receiver, right? Wide receiver is easy to figure it out. You just need a running back that you can really trust. But even James Conner, Scott Conner told us, like, James Conner is going to be a good running back this year. He's worth drafting at value.
Joe even said it. Joe even said this is a good team. Like, I think the biggest thing that we could have done differently, realistically, was that the Trey Lance, the third round pick. If we would have swapped out Trey Lance for Breece Hall and then came back and got Jalen Hurts, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think this is a good team, man. This is bullshit, Fantasy Pros. It's BS. But there you go. So starting out from the 101, good shot to get a couple of these. I don't know, man. It's hard to say how this stuff would play out, like, for real. But, like, what other system do we have that we can use? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we got. This is until one of you snazzy people making a better mock draft tool, this is what we got. But I think this is where we could have done something a little bit differently. Even Joe, I remember her saying take T. Higgins right here. If we would have taken T. Higgins, Would
you feel better about that though? Like, again, we'd have higher value wide receivers, but I don't think it raises the ceiling of the team a ton, right? I think getting a high-end running back would have been the better play overall. Like what's
Yeah.
crazy about this draft is we really could have taken running back. We could have taken T. Higgins and Brees Hall at the 2-3 turn and came back with Jalen Hurts and, another quarterback at 4-5. And then our team would look really good. We'd have two high value guys at each position. Like, Ray, I don't know how you dynasty. And I think that's the problem. When people ask for advice with a startup pick, it's like, well, what's your direction? How do you like to build your teams, right?
Yeah.
Because like for me, I like to have a stud at every position outside of tight end if I can, right? Try and have a guy that I feel really good about that's going to produce for me. And that's why I was fine with Mooney, right? I think Mooney's going to be a guy who can produce for you at a very high level and score a lot of points. But again, when those quarterbacks are on the board, it's tough to pass those guys up for a T. Higgins, who we know that Dak Prescott, Trey Lance has way more value than T. Higgins maybe ever will, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Got a couple of super chats we want to get to, Jay. James dropped a $4.99 super chat for Daddy ATM to buy diapers. Congrats. Yes, our man, one half of the 4D Chess Dynasty podcast, Adam, just had a baby girl, man, about a week ago. So congratulations to him and his family. And he's going to record like he recorded last night. This dude is back at it, man. He's enjoying that baby coma life. Wait until baby girl wakes up and turns the F up. He won't be recording anything for a little bit. So congratulations to him. We got another super chat question. Jay, here we go. Would you trade Amon-Ra for Aaron Jones? What side would you rather have, Amon-Ra or Aaron Jones?
I would consider it. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good trade if you're trying to compete. I think Aaron Jones is going to be really good this year, really good. But again, if you're not competing, then why would you make that move? But if it's a competing move, I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay, and then your boy, he sent you a $10 super chat. Your boy, your nemesis. Oh, Mike. Jay Rich's official Dynasty ranks are brought to you by Keep Trade Cut. Make sure you use the promo code FARMER for 10% off at checkout. So.
Yes,
Mike,
you better do that.
Mike giving you some shit there, but make sure you tap into them. So there you go, 101 Dynasty Startup. We will go through everything and we'll do some different things. Maybe I'll pony up how much does Fantasy Pros charge us? $4 to get the premium.
Why don't we just reach out to Fantasy Pros and see if we can get some sort of arrangement going on here?
Yeah, man. Fantasy Pros need to hook me up, man. I shouldn't have to pay for this.
Maybe you never know, right? Maybe we can get some dynasty rankings on. You did.
Yeah.
You should have some
I'm
premium.
finna hit up D-Bro, man. Where's D-Bro at? I need that login so I can get the free ECR ranks from Fantasy Pros. But appreciate y'all. Somebody said just use Sleeper. Is that even better? Like, is Sleeper even that much better? I have no clue. Maybe we'll use Sleeper. We'll see what it do. But appreciate y'all tapping in the show today. Somebody says Sleeper. Marcus says the hookup. Yeah, man, we can get that. I have the Fantasy Pros Premium. Hey, Connor, hit us up, man. We're all about sharing those login codes. None of us pay for Netflix or HBO Max, so make sure hopefully they don't ban me from saying that. But tap into the show, tap into the podcast, Wake Up with Ray G, 4D Chess, Off the Line Fantasy. Jordan Backus has a show coming real soon. Comment for the algorithm. Y'all have a fantastic freaking Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday. Wake y'all ass up with Ray G. We out of this thing. Peace. Ah, damn it, Jay. I still didn't put
cold outro, baby.
We'll do and check out our prop videos. We'll do a NBA outro. All right, we out.